Hello everyone. In the series of learning database management system, our today's topic is concept of key. So let's understand what exactly is a key and why it is important. So keys play very important role in database management system. It is an attribute or set of an attribute which help us to identify a row in a table. So what happen when we work on real world application? A table could contain thousands of record. There can be large uh, records which we can store in a table, and there are multiple table. And the problem is each column has a name, but rows or tuples, they don't have any name. So the record could be duplicated also. It's not like we can only enter uh, the same type of record, or we are intentionally not entering the records which are of same type. There is a possibility that record could be duplicated. So what does this key does? Keys ensure that you can uniquely identify a table record despite of these challenges. There will be duplicate records, there will be large amount of data, there will be thousands of tuples, but still when I want to fetch any particular record, I'm able to fetch that. So key ensures that it allows us to establish a relationship between two or more table. If I want to connect two table, or one data I want from one table and another data I want from another table, so I want to join them and together I want some data. For that also key plays very important role. It help you to enforce identity and integrity in a relationship. So keys plays very important role in relational database. Following types of keys are present. We have super key, primary key, candidate key, alternate key, composite key, and foreign key. Let's see these keys one by one. So first is super key. It is a group of single or multiple keys which uniquely identifies row in a table. As I told, column has name, but rows are not having any name. If you can see in this table, if I want roll number, all roll numbers I can fetch easily. I want to know passport number of all student, I can fetch easily. But here, which row? On the basis of what I can fetch data from row if I want some row. Fine. So what happens to ensure that what data we want is the same data what we are fetching? For that we want these keys. So a super key may have additional column that are not needed for unique identification. So as you can see here, let's check this column. What the definition is saying, it is a group of single or multiple keys which is uniquely identifies the row. Means there should be some uniqueness, there should be something which is not common to others, and that particular unique row we will select, unique value we will select, and on the basis of that we will try to fetch other values. Fine. So if you can see this table, there is a possibility that following super keys can be present in this student table. This student table is having four attribute, four columns: roll number, student name, address, and passport number. And all the following sets of super key are able to uniquely identify the row of this student table. So if you can see roll number, now each and every student have a unique roll number. So I can take roll number because it has the power to uniquely identify these table. If I'm saying I want data of the student whose roll number is 103, I can uniquely fetch this row that I can get Amruta Noida and passport number of Amruta, right? So roll number can be a super key. Next is passport number. Now passport number, Aadhaar number, they are the unique identification of a person. No two person have same passport number. So again this can also act as a uh, super key. if I'm saying I want the data of 456753, the passport number of a student is this, and I want entire data of that person. So I can easily find out that we are talking about the person whose roll number is 101, name is Vivek, and address is Karnataka, because he has a unique passport number. So like this we can fetch the data. Now super key, as I'm saying, it is group of single or multiple key. Now roll number can be alone, can act as a super key, passport number can act, we can have multiple group, that means roll number, passport number can act as a super key, or roll number or student name can act as a super key, roll number, student address, passport number, student name, passport number, student address, all these combination can act as super key. Now why student name alone cannot act as super key? Because right now here there is no duplicacy, but there are chances that two people can have same name. So we cannot take that risk, and we cannot make student name alone as super key. Similarly for address, there is a possibility that more than one person is resident of Karnataka or Noida, so we cannot make address also as a super key. But if they combine with some attribute which has unique numbers, for that we can take them in consideration. So if student name combines with roll number or passport number, then it make a unique combination, so then we can consider them as super key. Okay, next let's understand about primary key. So primary key, it is a column or group of column in a table that uniquely identify every row in that table. It cannot be duplicate or and null. So basically, very important point for primary key is a primary key cannot be null, and it don't allow duplicacy. That means the column which I'm selecting as primary key, first thing, it will have all unique attribute, and it must have the attribute value. It is not the case that there is no value in the column and then also we are selecting it as primary key. It will never happen. A table cannot have more than one primary key. See, as the name implies, primary, there is only one primary. Fine. So it acts like as VIP person. Fine. So in a table, only one primary key is allowed. Now, few points to remember for primary key. It usually denoted by underlying the column name. Now, let us suppose in this table, who has the power to uniquely identify this table? Roll number has the power to uniquely identify the table, and passport number also has the power to uniquely identify the table. Or roll number, if I merge with passport number, they also uniquely identify the table. Roll number with I merge with student name, they can also uniquely identify the table, and many combination, passport number with student name, like that. Fine. So whenever I'm deciding for, let us suppose for this table I'm considering roll number as my primary key, that means I will denote it by underlying this roll number. Fine. Now primary key are not necessarily to be a single column. It's not necessary that I only select roll number as a primary key. I can select roll number and passport number combination as a primary key, or I can select roll number and student name. Then what will happen? 101 Vivek, this will act as a primary key. Now if somebody else name is also Vivek, then we will distinguish with entire primary key. His roll number cannot be same, every person has a separate roll number. So if 105 again we are having Vivek, then also it's a unique combination, it's allowed, because both values are not same, one value is same. Fine. So we can have a group of column also as a primary key, but the clause is in every table there should be only one primary key. It cannot be set of more than one column. Every table only one primary key is allowed. It can't be duplicate or null, as I already told you. The value in primary key column can never be modified or updated if any foreign key refers to that primary key. Now for now, just remember this: if a foreign key is referring a primary key, then we are not allowed to update and modify the value of a primary key. When I will teach you foreign key, I will come back to this point. Next, we are having candidate key. Now, the candidate key in a table are defined as the set of keys that is minimal and can uniquely identify any data row in a table. Now, understand this. We can have more than one candidate key in a table. So here, as you can see, a super key with no redundant attribute is also known as candidate key. See here, only condition is it should be uniquely identify the data of data row in a table. So if you can see, roll number has the power to uniquely identify the data, passport number, and here in this phone number also, because everyone we are considering having a unique phone number. No two people are sharing a common phone. This is our consideration. Everyone is using their personal phone and everyone has a separate phone number. Fine. So here, who can uniquely identify? Roll number, passport number, and phone number. So all can behave as a candidate key. Fine. Now, few properties a candidate key follows. It must contain a unique value. So for roll number, passport number, phone number, all have a unique value. Candidate key may have multiple attribute. It is again allowed that I combine roll number, name, or roll number, passport number. It can have multiple attribute, no problem. Must not contain null value. Now again, candidate key, because it wants to uniquely identify if somewhere I will get null, how I will identify that particular row. So it should not be null. It should contain minimum fields to ensure uniqueness. If I'm taking something like name and address, and still it's possible that Vaishnavi is also staying in Tamil Nadu and some other Vaishnavi is also staying in Tamil Nadu, right? So I have to add one more attribute to it so that it can uniquely identify the other rows. It can ensure the uniqueness. So with name address, if I'm taking, I have to take either phone number or passport number with this to make it as a good candidate key. Uniquely identify each record in a table. Fine. It is the most important property that candidate key should uniquely identify each row. There should not be any row which is not identified by that candidate key. Okay, so if you can see this student table, roll number, passport number, phone number, we can take as candidate key. Now again, only one primary key is allowed. So it's your wish. Here I am taking roll number as primary key. You can take passport number or phone number, anything as uh, primary key also. Now another is secondary or alternate key. The candidate key which is not selected as primary key are known as secondary key or alternate key. So here if you can see in this table, three candidate key are there and I selected roll number as primary key. So other two, passport number and phone number, will be called as alternate or secondary key. So this candidate key, again, it plays a very important role in normalization. So candidate key concept should be clear to you. Otherwise, when we will solve the problems of normalization, that time you will face a problem. Next is composite key. Composite key is also known as compound key. A key that has more than one attribute to uniquely identify in a table is known as composite key. So it is possible that each column may not be unique by itself uh, within the database. However, when we combined with the other column or columns, the combination of composite key become unique. As I was saying, maybe student name and address together are not unique, but when I combine it with roll number, the combination will become unique, right? So that kind of key is known as compound key or composite key. Now points to remember for composite key: any key such as super key, primary key, candidate key can be called as composite key if it has more than one attribute. It is finally a combination of key. That's why it's known as composite key. So alone passport or alone roll number we will not call as composite key. When we will combine it with other attribute, then only we will call it as composite key. Next we are having foreign key. It creates a relationship between two tables. So basically foreign key is a column, and its purpose is mainly to maintain the data integrity and to allow the navigation between two relation or two table. That's why foreign key came to demand. It acts as a cross reference between two tables, as it reference the primary key of another table. Fine. So what is happening, if you can see here, I'm having two table. One is student table, another is course table. Now as you can see, it is underlined. That means what? This roll number is the primary key. For this table, course id is underlined, so course id is a primary key. That means what? They have the power to uniquely identify the table. Now here student name, address and passport numbers are there, and here course name and roll number is there. Now here this roll number is acting as a primary key, but if you can see here, this roll number is also there and this arrow is coming here and referring it. That means what? This roll number here is acting as a foreign key for course table, and it's taking its reference from student table. So one point to remember, whatever value this student table has in the roll number 101 to 104 here, this side only those values are allowed. See, understand like this. When it will refer this student table will act as a parent table and course table will act as a child table. Now child can have only those attributes which what its parents has, right? If my parent has a villa and a farm, I can inherit only a villa and farm. It will not be like in inheritance I'm getting a gold mine. It will never happen because my parents are not having a gold mine, right? So what a parent has, child will get only that. So all the values what is present in the roll number here in the parent table, only those values are allowed in the child table. Okay, so it is acting as a bridge. Now if I want to join these two tables, so there is a common column roll number. On the basis of that, I can join these two columns tables, and I can fetch the data from these two tables. Fine. So it act as a cross reference between two table. Fine. Point to remember for foreign key. Foreign key are the columns of a table which is used to point to the primary key of another table. It is pointing the primary key of another table. It plays an important role in relational database normalization, especially when the table need to access another table. So easily when we can access this table because there is a common column, and on the basis of that, by equating our condition on the basis of this roll number, we can use this. Okay. Now one point in primary key I told you that I will tell you later. The value of primary key column can never be modified or updated if any foreign key refers to the value of that primary key. Now understand here. See, this is the child table. This is taking all these value. This is the parent table. Here these value are present. Now let us suppose we are saying that we want to change Avinash value of Avinash roll number from 104 to 108. Now if I will do that, entire thing here will get changed, right? So when a foreign key is referring something to parent table, if it is referring a parent table, we are not allowed to change or modify the value of parent table primary key, because another table is dependent on this. Now here this course, and this course id is dependent on this roll number. If you will change anything here something will change and it will create a problem. That's why when a foreign key refer to a table, we never update or modify the value of that particular column in the primary key. Now let's discuss the difference between primary key and foreign key, as it is very important question when it comes to interview or university exams. So a primary key is used to ensure data in the specific column is unique. So most important property, as I told you about primary key, it should be unique and it should not be null. A foreign key is a column or group of column in a relational database table that provides a link between data in two table. So its main role of foreign key is to provide the cross reference, right? Main role of primary key is to ensure that we are not getting we are getting a unique value and not null value. Primary key, it uniquely identify a record in a relational database table. Foreign key, it refers to the field in the table which is the primary key of another table. It points out the primary key of another type table. Fine. So if I say foreign key is nothing but the primary key of another table, I'm not wrong, right? Only one primary key is allowed in a table. So that is again one important point for primary key. Only one primary key is allowed, whereas we can have more than one foreign key in a table. Now it is possible that one roll number is referring to student table, another course name is referred by some other table course detail. It is very much possible that in a table we have more than one foreign key. It is a combination of unique and not null constraint. So primary key important point is it should be unique and it should not be null. And between these two conditions, there is a and, means both the conditions should be true for primary key. For foreign key, it can contain duplicate value and in a table. So for foreign key, this is not the constraint that duplicate values are not allowed. Whatever it want, it can take. Only thing is the value should come from primary key. Other than that, any new value for that particular column is not allowed for foreign key. It does not allow null values, whereas foreign key can contain null values. Primary key cannot be deleted from the parent table, because if there is any reference, if there is any foreign key which is pointing to this primary key, we cannot modify or delete the value of the primary key from the parent table. And whereas in the foreign key, the value can be deleted from the child table, no problem. Until and unless somebody is not referring to that particular table, you are allowed to do any kind of modification you want. When some other table started pointing it out, it take that particular table as a reference, then you are not allowed to modify or delete. Fine. So this was the concept of almost all the keys. Hope you understand about all the keys. Thank you very much.